know you a little bit. What's your name? How old are you? Where do you come from? What's your job?
My name's Sebastian. I'm from Australia, and I went to university studying physics and history. But back home I did jobs in different areas like marketing for the university and working in IT. And I'm now on a journey trying to walk across country to country from around the world as much as possible. So the journey actually began back in 2019, and the walk was going for 6 months, and then COVID hit, which obviously impacted everyone, but for me it meant I could no longer walk because it shut down the borders between countries. So then I took a break, went back home, worked, saved up money, and then resumed the journey 2 months ago. So I'm now in Turkey, and this is the 11th country. So I've walked across 10 countries. So they are Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, Croatia, Albania, Montenegro, Greece, and now Turkey. I think that's all of them.
How many days have you been on the road?
It's about 8 months in total. So it's about 170, 180 walking days, but I also take days off, so it's about 8 months so far. So I'm going to be walking across Turkey. So the moment the goal will be to walk to the capital, and then I'll be heading north towards the coast and then across and walking towards the border with Georgia. It's likely to end in Georgia, potentially Azerbaijan, depending on what borders are open. At the moment, the land border is closed between Georgia and Azerbaijan. But I do have plans also to fly and walk to other countries, walk across other countries as well. I think sometimes, the funny bit is sometimes interactions with people. So I walk with a stroller, which I'm just pushing. But a lot of time people think it has a motor in it, or it's some sort of bicycle, or people are confused where I'm from. So I've had lots of lovely interactions and funny ones where I'm trying to explain what I'm doing to the different people I meet. And I only speak English, so a lot of the time I'm just gesturing and trying to explain. Mostly I've been okay. There was a time in Croatia where I was walking and camping and it was very cold, and I was camping on a mountain in the snow, and that was a bit beyond my comfort zone. Or sometimes the police don't want me to go on a particular road, or they want me to camp somewhere else. But most of the time, when you talk to officials or people and try and explain what I'm doing, we find a solution that works for all of us, and I just continue on, and it's a lot of problem solving day by day.
Have you ever got tired and wanted to give up?
That's a good question. You do get tired a lot. At the end of a day, when I've walked, because I usually walk 30 to 40 kilometers a day, it can be quite draining. So at the end of the day, you can be quite tired, and then you need to find a place to camp and set up, and then you do it all again the following day. So you have to get into this routine where you're okay being a bit tired and keep going. So I think sometimes you do have times when you struggle and you want to not be always walking, but I think having a few days off, you can get your energy levels back up, and you just keep focusing on the little goals, you know, getting from one village to the next.
So how do you cover your financial expenses? Eating, staying at home?
Yeah, that's a good question. So a big part of finance, I think, was preparation for me. So I invested in good gear, and so I have a tent. So most nights I try and find somewhere where I can camp rather than stay in a hotel, and therefore I don't have any accommodation fees for that night because I'm just camping behind some trees or in a forest or something like that. So that's the biggest way for me to keep my finances down. And I'm usually eating pretty basic food as well, so it also keeps the finances down. But I did have to invest a bit in like the stroller, in all my gear at the start, but I also bring repair kits so I can fix everything. So in that way I can keep going without spending too much money. Yeah, I'm really glad I came this way actually, because I could have gone via Istanbul and across Turkey that way, but instead I'm going sort of Bursa to Ankara. And yeah, so a couple of days ago I went to do a hammam, like a traditional Turkish bath experience. So that was great. And I've eaten some wonderful food here as well. Visited some of the mosques and things like that. And yeah, I really like it. I've, you know, in lots of countries I've visited lots of cities, and I found each one to be nice and good places to eat. And so, but yeah, I'm really glad I came this way into Bursa. It's been nice, because I could so have easily not been in this city, but here I am.